Hello again. Well, the workshop definitely is a tip and I really need to sort it out. But wait, what's that on the floor? Now that, didn't I mention, is a new Chinese mini lathe that I've purchased. And it's going to go up on this stand here, this cupboard which I put strong legs on many moons ago as a lathe stand, but never really had a decent lathe to put on it. So that will be a little project for me to do. I'm not going to turn this channel into one all about lathes, as other people do it far better than I do, but I just thought it would be a useful thing to have, would give me the ability to make things in a way that I haven't been able to do so far. So there we go, it's just a plain wooden shipping crate. It came in from China. Now I bought this through a UK importer, so there should be at least one other item in the box, and also they should have given it a quick test before they shipped it on to me. I haven't got anywhere to put it, so I'm going to leave it in its crate just for the moment. Well, I've been trying to sort out the top of this workbench, putting on this piece of chipboard. I had a lot of trouble with the jigsaw. It just kept going to the right and chewing up the side, so I finished it off with this saw just there. Basically, I'm just getting this chipboard on and putting on some of these plastic tiles so that I can actually get the lathe up out of the box and onto the bench as soon as possible. Okay, well, this is the moment of truth. I've undone the tabs on the top and I'm going to look inside for the first time. And this isn't fake, this really is the first time. And there we go. It's actually looking pretty good. It's all wrapped in plastic, but there is definitely a mini lathe in there. This here is the extra chuck, if I can get that out. So it's fitted with a 4-jaw chuck. Sorry, it's fitted with a 3-jaw chuck there, and there's a 4-jaw chuck in the box down there. At least that's what should be there. Looks like it's graduated in millimeters, which is good. I bought this as a metric lathe. Now some of the work I intend to do on it probably will be imperial, but there are ways and means around that. But I thought I really ought to be doing something metric. Metric is certainly the way forward. Anyway, there's the handbook. So the next job will be to get it up out of the box and onto the bench. So I swung the lathe round so I can lift it up onto the workbench. I put down those plastic tiles. I've just got on there at the moment the paperwork and the 4-jaw chuck, and also the bag of change wheels and other accessories. Well, I've had to lift the whole thing onto the bench. The lathe is actually bolted to the bottom of the box. Apparently these side panels come off. I just need to remove the rest of the plastic, and there should be some more tabs to remove. Okay, well, it's up on the bench now, so just a quick run through and check that everything seems to move like it's expected to. So starting with the chuck, that's the chuck guard there. That's actually got a safety interlock back here, so that you can't run it with the cover open. This is a 3-jaw 100mm chuck, so that's about 4 inches. That seems to move okay. So moving down onto the carriage, there's the main carriage wheel there for moving it back and forth. I've got the half nuts engaged there, so if I actually turn this handle at the end here, I turn that there, and you can see that actually the carriage is moving, because this wheel here is moving very slightly. You might be able to see in there as well. So that's working okay. If I disengage the half nuts, I can then just use this and that moves it much faster. So it's really depending on what you're using it for. Now the cross slide, that's here, so just wind that. That seems to be fine. The compound slide here, that again seems to be fine. Tool post, just there, that's a tool post cover that I think swings off like so. That does seem quite stiff. I need to check there's nothing I'm supposed to release to make that that turn, so I'm not going to try forcing that just yet, but that looks, you know, looks hopeful. I've got no reason to think that that's got any sort of problem. And then at the back here we've got the tailstock. This lever here I think releases the tailstock so it can go back and forth. That's just moving it back and forth like so. This lever here is the lock for the quill, which is this bit here. So with this handle here I can wind the quill in and out. So that's one way, that's the other way, and that locks it. Just make sure that's locked as well. So on the face of it, everything seems to be okay. There's no obvious problems. So yeah, so I've got a lot more work to do on this. Now, this is not supposed to be a project in its own right. Clearly, I will be making some things for it and adjusting it, and maybe even modifying it in the future. But it's been bought very much as a tool to use for other projects, like making bits for record players and those sorts of experiments. It's not my intention to try to be a lathe channel. There's lots of people on YouTube who do stuff with mini lathes and much bigger lathes, which is going to be much better than anything I could possibly do. But don't be surprised if there's a few lathe videos in the future. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Mr. RG Stuff.